Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Mintoq, a merchant SaaS platform catering to banks and merchant acquirers, has bagged 71 crore rupees in a secondary funding round led by Z3 Partners. As part of this transaction, Z3 Partners will acquire a minority stake from some of Mintoq's early institutional investors. In February 2023, the Mumbai-based startup had raised $20 million in its Series A funding round led by PayPal Ventures and others. Joining me now to discuss this further is Raman Kanduja, the CEO and co-founder of Mintoq. Also with me is my colleague Shruti. Raman, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. You know, the last time we spoke, you had raised funds last year in February. Take us through what the growth has been for your products in the last year. What are the kind of efficiencies you've brought for your clients since then?
Interesting question. When we last time raised funds, that was Jan of 23. That was when PayPal Ventures and British International Investments, along with HDFC and Pravega, invested. This time, incidentally, it's a secondary round where the money is not coming into the company, but some of our initial investors are cashing out a small part of the stake. From the last time, which is Jan 23 to now, our merchant base has grown almost 3 times. We are now 3 million plus merchants. That time, we were working with HDFC and SBI was just starting. Now we have Axis Bank, Yes Bank live, and we have a few more in the pipeline. Today, that time we were working with the largest merchant acquirers in India. Today we are supporting the largest merchant acquirer in the UAE as well, which is Network International. And we have presence with 3 clients in the Middle East and 2 in Africa.
Hi, Raman. This is Shruti quickly stepping in. Like you mentioned, you've raised 71 crore rupees in a secondary funding round that is led by Z3 Partners. Can you take us through how you plan to deploy these funds and any new offerings in the pipeline?
So, interestingly, this money is going to our existing investors, not to us. It's a secondary round. So, Arundhati, we have been now profitable for the last 3 years at a PAT level. In fact, we've not even touched the money that we have raised in the last 2 rounds. And we are adding to it. The idea is we want to accelerate our growth, and we are actively looking out for some inorganic or M&A opportunities, which is where we plan to utilize what we raised in the last 2 rounds. Specific to this round, as I said, it's a happy situation for us because some of our early backers are cashing a very small part of their stake, and there's a decent upside they're getting. That's my definition of value creation for my stakeholders.
So creating value there for your stakeholders. But you know, Raman, as you just pointed out, you haven't touched the funds from your previous fundraise as well. So, you know, you're clearly well capitalized and you're looking for some inorganic growth opportunities. Can you take us through who you're in talks with and the kind of companies you're looking to buy?
Payments is something that connects all SMEs. Payments is now digital. Can we build other digital services on top of payments? For example, this SME needs to pay bills multiple times a month. That's an adjacency. We don't have expertise, so we are looking at some options in the bill payment space. And similarly, outside India, India has today become, when it comes to digital payments, India has become the playbook for a lot of countries in emerging markets. And banks everywhere are in a similar situation. They're struggling with tech. And what we built for banks in India is resonating with banks outside. But for us, to speed up our ambitions outside India, especially in emerging markets like Africa, is where we've just about started looking at opportunities where we can look at existing players in the space who are working with banks, that we can get into some kind of a strategic arrangement to fast track our ambitions.
All right, Raman, you know, you registered 72.59 crore rupees in revenue from operations in FY24 against 42.3 crore rupees in FY23. As you said, you're profitable. Take us through the targets for FY25.
We are already profitable. As I said, we've been PAT profitable for the last 3 years. This year also, we will continue that trajectory. Just 2 more months to go, and we are profitable. We will continue to be profitable. That has been the focus right from day 0, to be self-sustained as far as survival is concerned. And we've been there, continued that trajectory. We just need to accelerate it now.
Absolutely. And you currently support over 3 million merchants across 6 countries. If you could sort of take us through how you plan to grow this and, what's the global expansion plan and what's the revenue mix between the geographies?
So for us, interestingly, as I said, we are enablers for banks and large merchant acquirers. We give the banks, they have trust, they have distribution. What they struggle with is nimble tech, which is what we provide them. So we don't need boots on the ground to grow our business. If you look at our clients in India, we work with HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, SBI. Between them, they have the majority of SMEs banking with them. And the distribution is with them. So we are pretty much covered for India. As I said, the focus as of now, beyond tech innovation, is expanding outside India, which is where Middle East is a focus. We have some decent traction in Middle East. Africa, we're just about starting, and that continues to be a geography of significant interest because problems are very similar. It's largely cash or telco-dominated payment space where banks are now wanting to come back. And so is the case with Southeast Asia. So these are the geographies of interest to us. As of now, 90% plus is India. We are looking at international contributing at least about 25% in the next 18 to 24 months.
Right, Raman. Thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street. And we wish you all the best on this journey going forward.
Moving on,